now over 1,000 years, or 1,000, sorry, not years, 1,000 days with UTRGV. Has everything kind of folded out in terms of how you envisioned it? You know, the big plans that you've made, and you guys are already obviously one step closer to making that a reality.
Yeah, this is one of those milestones. You know, you look for those milestones, those days that you can tell that there's really good progress happening within the department. I would say yes, we feel really good about it. I think the partnership piece that I talked about earlier is so key. I think the fact that this is our 8th conference championship to be able to host since we joined the league. We're also hosting volleyball in November, so it gives us 2 that will be here this next academic year. But we feel really good about our progress. It starts with the president. He is so supportive of what we're doing. We have an unbelievable administration, a great team in athletics, and so when everybody pulls together and when everybody's rowing in that same direction, special things can happen. And I think that's what we're starting to see right now, not just at UTRGV, but within the athletics department.
Chase, how much growth do you want to see, at least in the short-term future, within the next 6 months to 12 months, now that you're seeing the growth in all the other sports as well?
Yeah, you know, I think if you look at our current 16 sports, women's swimming and diving is going to be a great complement to the 16 that we have. And then, of course, our plans to move forward and start football in 2025. We feel really good about where we are with our programs. We have great head coaches. It starts and stops with your head coaches and the leadership. You look at the success we had in volleyball this last year. You look at baseball and their run that they had late in the spring. You look at the crowds and the attendance that our teams have been able to garner over the last couple of years, especially coming out of the pandemic. All of those things are great indicators that things are moving in the right direction. Our facility enhancements, the investment that we're making in our sports, this is just one more piece to our puzzle, and we're excited about it.
For the swimming and diving championship?
We haven't hired our head coach yet. So our plan would be to hire our first women's swimming and diving head coach next summer. And then be able to start recruiting and then be able to compete in 2024. I can tell you that for the WAC schools that are a part of the conference now, the 16 that we talked about earlier, it's really good swimming and diving. High level, great membership that are full members within our conference. But then you look at the Wyomings, the Air Forces, the Idahos, the UNLVs. It's going to be a big time event over 4 days here at this facility.
So you got big universities, you know, associated in the Western Athletic Conference. Did it take a lot to get them to say, okay, yeah, we'll go down the park?
Yeah, I think it goes back to the bid process, and in the city of FAR, much like today, they do everything first class. The video footage that's out there, this building's construction was so well documented over the last couple of years, and so we were able to share that with the conference office, share that with the coaches throughout the league. And once they saw it, and actually I think there was a coach that maybe on his own dime flew into the Valley just to check it out firsthand before the conference had their official vote. And so it's one thing to be able to show it digitally and be able to put it in the bid package, but when you see it in person, you see it for yourself. I don't think there's a finer facility to host a championship, not just in Texas, but really in the country.
Chase, and the last one I do have you started out to take some notes as to what other schools do to run a swimming and diving program, to kind of like not emulate, but just kind of get the ideas of like, okay, we need to do this, this, and this in order to proceed forward?
Yeah, you know, we study, regardless if it's a sport we currently have or one that we're wanting to add, we certainly study best practices across the country. The unique thing for me personally, my previous institution, we had women's swimming and diving. And so very familiar with the program, and while it had already existed when I got there, we really did some things to invest in the program and to build it. They were an affiliate member of the Missouri Valley Conference, and so I also understand the affiliate piece, but we're really excited the WAC has such strong women's and men's swimming and diving, and that our program is going to have a natural home within the conference that we've been a member of for a long time.